Okay, John the Man Guy. Today, a bit of a change from the old Morris. There she is, looking good. This is Molly, and I've done that partial shelf, and I think you'll agree it looks a lot better. Okay, that was easy. Just cleaned the shelf and sprayed it. Okay, now this is the. I thought the bearing had gone on the rear brake. On the rear side, near side, making a horrible noise driving the Porsche. This is the Boxster S, 3.2 in 2004, probably the last of the Boxster S's. Right, okay. So I thought it was a bearing. I was wrong. When I took the disc off, and you got to do that to actually get to the brake shoes, everything fell out. The brake shoes fell out. What was left of them, and this is what I found. Okay, that was one of them. Those horrible chewed little bits of retaining springs, I think those were. That was still there. That was missing, so I had to buy another one. And these are more expensive than you think, especially for the S. What else did I have to buy? Yeah. Now these are ridiculously expensive. They're different for the 2.5, the 2.7. They're different to the S's apparently. All the little springs. These are the retaining springs, and I think just about see them in there. And I think they're about. That was about £42 for those two springs. Believe it or not. These are the new shoes are going to fit. Okay, let's go through some of the issues I came across while taking the. To get the disc off. Okay, right. Let's see if I can think of everything that happened. Okay, first of all, you've got to take the caliper off. There's the caliper. I've already taken it off, and you take the caliper off with. There's an invaginated hexagonal in there, and you use. For that, I use the 8. Will fit in there. Oh no, that's it. That's it. With a ratchet. Now, this is the interesting thing. You've got to release those, obviously, and also release the little nut which is holding this brake flexi cable on. That's only, I think that's about 10. That sits on the side. You've got to release that, so that you can actually move the whole caliper off, lift it off. The problem came, it wasn't so bad this side, but when I did, the other side was still in one piece and still intact. And I took the other side off to see how everything looked. I'm going to obviously replace those as well. And let me show you. This is I've taken them off, but this was the pattern. That was in there like that. Like that, and the little star adjuster was, let's see, which way was it? That's one way or the other. I took photographs. Not sure which way around. I think it was that way round. Or was it that way? Anyway, I took photographs, and so that's what it looks like when it's on. Those retaining springs, by the way, you simply get them off by, you need long nose pliers. You just push them in and twist them. The little curly bit on the edge of the spring simply goes on the back plate, and you'll see it. That's easy enough. The problem I came across was actually getting, on this side anyway, was getting these out. The other side was relatively straightforward to get the caliper off. I wondered why it was so difficult, and to a point I had to use I used a heavy duty. This is a very heavy duty crowbar, breaker bar. See, I've used this for getting crankshaft bolts off in the past. Standard probably wasn't strong enough. I used the big ratchet, and it wasn't strong enough to get them off. What I did, obviously I didn't want to break the things. I was a little bit worried it was going to. And so I sprayed the whole area with penetrating spray, left it a little bit. That might have helped, I'm not absolutely sure. And slowly worked these backwards and forwards, and it took a while. And then I wondered why. Now I think they're very blue, and I think it's probably a Loctite. I've heard through the grapevine that Porsche, this has probably never been off. It's 2004, and Porsche tend to coat things with some sort of like a Loctite paint, and to actually, I think, to discourage do-it-yourselfers. And this is what I'm told, whether it's true or not. But from this experience, it might just be true. Anyway, you have to persevere and you get them out, and you need all the heavy-duty stuff to actually get these off. And then I was able to take the caliper off, again releasing the flexible brake hose, so you can actually lift the caliper across and just dunk it there. Right, now what I found was how this fits. You have to look underneath, and just here is the mechanism which attaches to the cable, and you can just see it there. You can just about see it. That attaches to the cable. Now the other one I took off of the other side was well and truly mangled. This is it. And so how does it fit? Let's see if I open that. That's it. Oh, sorry. If I open that, see that end with the hole in, there's a little where have I put it? Somewhere. A little retaining bolt with a like one of those washer clips, circlip, holding it in, holding the end of the cable goes in that hole. And when I looked at the other side, oh, this was, by the way, this was totally bent to bits. So I've had to re-straighten it, put it in the clamp and straighten it. Now it slides into the groove, and I've had to rasp it a little bit on the bench grinder just to make, so now it slides easily in and out, and I've greased it well. So it will go back on the other side, because of course these will probably be expensive as well. So if you can retain them, do. Okay, so I'm at the stage now. On the other side I found, why did the whole thing break off, apart from the fact there was hardly any shoes left, or pads left on the shoes. And it was because, looking in here, if you can see, oh, that's the end of the cable. I don't know if you can just see it there. So the end of the cable is broken, so I have to get another cable. I managed to get one. Then they're about 48 to 50 pounds. Or if you go to 911, Design 911, I think it's called, it's £104, probably plus postage as well. Anyway, I've gone to Volkswagen Heritage, and they do one which will fit the S for, guess what, about £26. That's including postage. So that's the difference for you. So it's shop around. So that's where I am. Oh yeah. The other problem, a slight problem I had on this side was actually removing the two little screws which actually hold a disc on, and you might need to get those little screws off. You might need an impact driver, and I had one here. Unfortunately, I didn't have the Phillips threaded one to actually fit in there. I think it's like an M8, is it? They actually fit in there. What I did, I made a slightly bigger groove in the end, so I could actually take the flat edge. And that kind of worked with a hammer. I don't know if you've probably used these things before, but basically you twist them. It's lefty loosey, so you twist them so they click to the left if you want to loosen something, and hold it in that position. So you can click to the right and click to the left. The actual shaft moves on the inside. So if you want to undo something, you click it to the left and hold it in that position, stick it onto the head of the screw, where your screw is, and then give a belt with I used a little sledgehammer, a small mallet on the end, give it a belt, and it'll automatically twist the end to get the stubborn screws out. So you might have to do that. I mean, if they come out easily, great, but just be aware that sometimes they can be a bit of a pig. Okay, that's where I am. I don't have much else to tell you, but shop around, like I'm sure you do. When you see the price of all these bits and pieces, it does mount up, because it's Porsche. But you can get equivalent if you shop around a lot cheaper. Right, that's today's fun. Okay, I'm waiting for the the brake cable to arrive. In the meantime, I'll carry on playing with the Morris. Thanks.